Here we are, the Porn Stars and People podcast. I'm here with Sydney Cole. We're at AVN. You said your third?
Fourth? I think it's my fourth.
My first.
Yeah.
Thank you for sitting down and doing this with me.
A couple ahead of you.
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be like a sensory overload for me today.
I bet.
Of figuring out.
You're not going to know what to smell or look at or taste.
Which, surprisingly, all of those things are becoming genres of porn.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to start pumping in because you can get personalized videos now. Apparently, I was talking to somebody else. Apparently, there's this thing now where somebody will mold their dick. They'll send it to a porn star. Then they'll make a custom video with their dick. So it's becoming.
I've tried to. I've actually tried to mold my ex's dick. So it.
Like in his sleep, without asking him.
No. I wanted to do it. And we fucked it up. So it actually turned out like half of it.
Oh, it's got like a empty side.
Yeah, because I wanted to do the one with balls.
Yeah.
So it's confusing. We were high when we did it. But
it's an interesting problem, right? Because it's like as a dude, you have to we have 9 or 12 different sizes per day, whereas with a vagina, the threshold is. It's pretty small.
It does change though.
It does change, but it's small. It's a smaller threshold.
I guess.
From what? So it's like as a dude, if we're gonna get our penis molded, we have to make sure it's at its perfect state.
Yeah. That was the thing. You have to keep it in for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So kind of like a little suckage, and then
you gotta keep it hard. The balls have to stay in the correct position. It's a whole thing. So the point is, it's not an easy task.
Yeah. No.
So where are you from originally?
I'm from San Francisco. Bay Area.
I like that you said San Francisco. Not so people when they say the Bay Area, in my experience, that means they're not actually from San Francisco. That means they're from San Jose. They're from the other
San
thing.
Francisco,
yeah,
the middle of the fucking city.
But the people that are not from the middle of the city, they say, "Well, I'm from the Bay Area," because they want to claim your city.
Also, the people don't really know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, nobody really.
Oakland,
outsiders don't really know
yeah.
what the Bay Area means, though, either.
That's true. It's still in culture, to be honest.
Yeah.
I miss it, but.
So where do you live now?
Los Angeles.
Okay, that's the hub.
The hub for work. So.
Porn.
And they honestly San Francisco's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And they have everything in LA, so I like it. I'm not stuck there.
Yeah, and it's not too crazy different. It's a little nicer weather. Same sort of culture. From a standpoint. All right, so when did you get in town? What are you this is a slammed weekend. Do you get to do anything fun?
I drove in yesterday, and it took way longer than expected.
Yeah.
I was only supposed to take 4.5 hours, and I brought my dog.
Oh, you're not supposed to have a dog?
Apparently, I don't know.
What kind of dog?
Mini Aussie. So we
a
stuck
mini
her in.
Aussie? What's an Aussie?
Australian Shepherd.
Oh, you're talking. It's like this little cute little thing. It's got blue eyes.
She has blue eyes. Yeah, no tail.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I know. Yeah, she's so cute.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
She came last year, and there was no problem. So I was like, "Fuck it, bring her this year."
And then, has it been a problem?
No, but I was supposed to sign at my booth yesterday, and I got in literally at 7:30. So I was supposed to be signing at 3 to 8, and so I don't know if my agency's mad at me.
Are you in trouble?
I don't know.
They
haven't even contacted me.
Oh no, shit!
I could be dead. I could have gotten in a car crash, and they wouldn't have even been like, "Hey, Sydney."
No,
okay?
I think here's what we do as people was we go, I'm super important, this and that, the other thing, and then when you realize that something like this is it's so hectic.
Well, I'm not getting paid to be here. I'm spending my own money. If you last year I signed for Mind Geek, so they pay you and they pay for your expenses.
Nice.
But for this year, I brought myself here, paid for my room, and I'm not getting paid to sign.
So they can't. They can't. Yeah, they can't say much to you, and they're so fucking slammed.
Yeah,
that they're probably
they might not even notice.
Yeah,
it's gone.
yeah. So you're good. I think you're good.
And Wednesday's the least.
Plus, you got more important things to do, like the Porn Stars and People podcast. So yeah. Am I dumb? Is this not working? No, it is working. It's not blinking at me. Is it? Did we stop it? What's happening? Oh, I'm dumb.
I'm not a GoPro.
Oh, we froze. It's fine. The podcast is still going. We'll start this thing over. I've had this is what my good luck is. I've had complete what's it called? Technical difficulties all day today. I started the podcast. We did 15 minutes, me and Annabelle Peaks, and then and I found that and then halfway through, we found that it wasn't recording. So and then this one literally just froze. This camera, I just told this camera it was old, reliable, and then it froze on me. So now we're back in business. It doesn't matter. The podcast is still rocking. So, back to the original. So the fun part. Do you get to do the fun part while you're here? Is there anything that actually you enjoy about Vegas?
I like seeing all my friends in the industry.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, there's always tension between some performers and, competition.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not here for that. I mean, I have scenes nominated and stuff, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be fun. I didn't really get to do much yesterday. I just like drank a little.
Yeah. Do you
good.
enjoy Vegas?
Oh, I do for the first like 24, 48 hours, and then you're
Yes.
just like.
That's actually that's exactly what it feels like. Yeah, I was here a week last time I was doing comedy, and I was doing some of these podcasts, and first 2 days was pretty chill.
Yeah.
After like Wednesday, I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I have
Do
to
you party?
leave.
Were you like partying? Or
It was, you know what? I was so busy that the nights became comedy, right? And then there was actually a comedy festival here, so then that became the notion of what I was doing. So that was fine.
That's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm in my 30s.
Are you
They're
performing?
like going to that. No, it's too much. It's 8 hours of doing podcasts.
Yeah.
So it's like I need at some point to sleep in my life.
I guess. No.
I like that. That's my favorite. The people now, like the people that. So once you get into that game, right? You go cocaine to keep you up, and you're like, no, you got to take a nap, just take a sleeping pill, and then it's like I don't
take sleeping pills.
And then you're trying to regulate every level of the thing. You know what I mean? You're like, you have salmonella, just take Imodium. You're like, no, dude. At some point.
Well, have you heard about that flesh-eating flu?
No, what?
So there's a flesh-eating flu that's been going around.
Okay.
And there's this thing called the AVN
Read
flu.
this kid.
Everybody gets sick after AVN.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So this is what I have to look forward
so
to.
you're probably going to get sick.
I'm gonna get a flesh-eating flu.
Well, I don't know if it's the flesh-eating flu, but you will get the AVN flu.
Yeah.
And I'm just scared that they could be correlate. Like maybe someone's bringing it here right now.
Yeah.
And they don't even know it.
Yeah.
But like I just read about it. Like this girl that was 6 just died like the next day, like after she was diagnosed with the flu.
No shit.
And then like an old lady, like or not old, but like a 30, 40-year-old like healthy lady just.
This is what I find is that the people that are dying from these types of diseases are 6 and 50.
Okay,
So
no,
like we're fine.
All right.
No, go ahead.
Fingers
No. Carry on. No.
No, I don't think she was 50. I think she was like a mother. Like she's like 30s, and they had to remove like 80% of her skin on her left side.
Yeah?
Because it's eating, and then oh god. Like,
So
well, I would have no job if that happened.
Yeah. This is a bigger hazard for you.
Yeah.
As a comedian, if a flesh-eating bacteria eats half of my face, I can just talk about it
and
on
it'd
stage.
Be funny, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
it's
would
funny when it doesn't happen to you.
You would have to invent an entire new subset of porn.
Or I just join the circus or something.
Yeah. Well, no, I think to be honest, this is what I've learned from working with people in this industry is there is a subset of fetish for everyone.
Oh god.
So there is a man out there who would like to fuck a half-skinned woman.
Oh god, that's so gross.
That's a reality.
Even thinking about
of
that
our
is just,
society.
Like, disturbing.
So how did you get into this business? What have you found now that you're year 4? I would say year 4. You're approaching sort of.
It's like my anniversary in November will be 4 years.
Nice, but you're starting to figure it out. When you start in any industry, you're the newbie, and it's a thing. There's, know.
Well, I mean, I kind of had it figured out pretty fast.
Yeah.
I just then I got bored of it. Like I'm very bad at self-marketing,
Interesting.
self-promoting, and
Yeah.
that's what this all is.
That's the whole thing now. Yeah.
So when I first joined, like everyone was like, "You're gonna go to the top. You're gonna be the next, like blah blah blah, this person, that person." And then I kind of just like I did my work. I got good scenes, and I had good scenes, but then I just kind of was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really plan my entry, and I didn't really plan my exit, which
Right.
is like the smartest way to do it, like business.
Right.
But I kind of like went through.
Right,
that.
you come in with a plan, August, and then I'll
Yeah.
be in it until 2025, and then big, yeah.
Or do like girl, and then do more and more. And
Right.
So I kind of like did that. Like I still don't do anal,
Yeah.
which is something I'm like holding out for. I guess if I do anything, I would probably do my own site. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that's smartest, like
Yeah.
business wise.
That's what I find, especially I got the chance to interview a bunch of people in like the Tampa area, and that's sort of like the fetish marketplace, and they have figured out how to create very specific content for very specific people,
Yeah.
and they've monetized that version of it.
I've done
which
that
is
weird
interesting.
shit. Like there's this new fetish where like girls are unconscious. But you don't
Okay.
even have sex with them. They're just being carried around. So,
Yeah.
like, the weirdest thing I did was just lay limp for like 10 minutes
That's
while being
so-
carried around.
This is what I
These
find
guys
is
are jacking off to like unconscious. Like what? You're not even getting fucked.
well,
How
this
is
is
that
this is
sexual?
well, this is okay. This is why, and I'll tell you why. As a man, this is what happens is because we can do the other thing, right? So what happens is the thing that we're not like allowed to do becomes the thing we were obsessed over. So it's like, of course, like your wife will let you fuck her. So now, but having her be unconscious and it's like that's the thing that she'll never let you do. So then it becomes this obsession, this thing that we can't have. But yeah, guys are sick. I talk about it on stage. I talk about how as a guy, we'll like ladies, we'll fuck any part of your body. We really don't care. We're happy. You fold it and we'll fuck it.
I believe that.
I'm sure you've witnessed it.
I
for
got
sure.
an armpit ready. But
So what else? So outside of this thing, what do you do to keep yourself sane?
I have 4 pets. I don't know if
Yeah.
that actually makes me sane or insane, but
It's on the border. It's on the border.
I love my zoo.
So what? Okay, so what do you have? You have this miniature Aussie.
I have 2 mini Aussies.
Too many Aussies.
One's not with me.
So wait, and then that leads to a question.
What?
How does the second one feel about you taking the first one everywhere you go?
Okay, so he's neutered, so he can be boarded.
Yeah.
And he loves
Okay.
playing with other dogs. He loves going to daycare and stuff. But this dog has like social anxiety.
Okay.
And she's not spayed.
The one you brought.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't get your dog spayed, you can't put it in boarding?
Not in the one that I take my
Okay.
other one to, or it's like more expensive, or they don't let them play with the other dogs.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's
So
just
then you're
kinda-
not socializing. It's just
Yeah, like it'd be more miserable for her
Yeah.
in like a cage at night than
Got it.
just
So
Mhm.
dude's chill. He goes around. They took his balls. He just chills with people. He's
Yeah.
doing his thing with
Yeah.
other dogs.
Exactly.
Okay, so you got 2 Aussies. Then what else?
2 cats.
2 cats.
2
Okay,
cats.
so it's not a zoo.
No.
It's a normal pet household.
Yeah, and I mean I don't have like a small ass apartment, so it's not.
Yeah. But a friend of mine has a chameleon, has a sugar glider, has a
Ooh,
chinchilla,
Very exotic.
bunch of cats. Yeah, all these crazy things. She just got a squirrel. Yeah. She just sent me a video of a squirrel playing around on the curtain.
Oh.
Well, it's cool
Or
when it's
scary.
weird.
I feel like that'd be a little wild.
Well, yeah. The bigger thing is like when you go to somebody's house, you're worried about letting their dog out. Now you got to worry about letting their squirrel out.
Oh God, yeah. No, my cat got out once. Someone
Yeah?
came on, like I don't smoke, and they were smoking on my balcony, and the cat got out and like jumped to someone else's balcony, and it was lost for like 2 days.
Yeah.
I had to go to the security in my building, and it was like it
Dude,
was so traumatic. But
Did the cat make it
we
back?
found him. Yeah, we found him.
Like, did you have to grab him out of nature and be like, "Come
Yes.
on back"?
It was so stupid. They said security had gone and got him from this woman because
Yeah.
this woman called security said, "I found someone's cat. I'm allergic to cats, so please take it."
She took this cat that
No.
she's like to put in her home?
Well, no. It like jumped onto her balcony, and he's a Bengal, so his meow is really obnoxious
Okay.
and loud.
Yeah.
And so she was like woken up in the middle of the night and then couldn't do anything with it because she's allergic. So she called security, and then security literally took it and then lost it.
They lost your cat?
And so I was calling security like for like 2 days before.
Of course they're not going to pick up. They lost your fucking
Well,
cat.
yeah, and then but it's also like an 800 number because it's security for all the apartments.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
then I just walked directly. Like I take my ass down there. I'm like, excuse
Where's
me.
my fucking cat?
Exactly, and they were like, someone had it, and they said that it got out of his arms on the 2nd floor. So I'm just searching on the 2nd floor, and there's like 2 pools in my apartment building. So he was like hiding in the tree by one of the pools.
No shit.
But when he heard my voice, he literally came down and.
Yeah. He was like, I had enough of this shit. I was like,
So
I
he's like, "I should not-"
especially like in a complex like that, it's going to be harder to like figure out how to get home.
Yeah.
If you're an animal, if you've never seen the
And
outside.
it was like his first 2 weeks. He was really tiny.
Yeah.
So.
He needed to like leave breadcrumbs. He didn't fucking figure it out.
Exactly. Tuna crumbs.
That must have been a scary cat moment.
It was.
So that's cool. So you got the 4 animals. That's pretty chill. I thought it was gonna be far scarier amount of animals.
No.
So that's
I have
cool.
4 cows.
4 cows. You have 4 cows in my house. No big deal.
Chickens.
Yeah, I saw one of those videos yesterday. They do that unlikely friendship thing, and it was a dog and his
I
his
love
his
those.
pig friend. The family breeds pigs,
That's fun.
so these little pugs were friends with them. And pugs and pigs are basically the same creature.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
Poor dogs.
So that's cool. So okay. So then I guess we talked a little bit about it. But so then what are your actual current aspirations for what you're doing here? And you say you want to
Porn,
be
or-
better. So yeah, like with social and controlling that aspect.
I would probably have to like make my own website.
Yeah.
I got into OnlyFans for a bit, and I was making a lot off that, but it's just like constant posting, and
Right.
which I was having fun doing.
It's interesting to have to need you need this contact
Yeah.
that probably didn't used to exist in this industry.
Yeah, and
that you
have to,
can
like,
have.
interact with people
Yeah.
too, which is not like bad. I like interacting with people.
But
It's
it's just tough. It's basically as soon as they came up with the BlackBerry and the iPhone, they said you don't get to not be at work,
Yeah.
and that's sort of the life we lead now.
Yeah. So I've tried to. I actually I'm on Twitter a lot less.
Yeah.
On Instagram a lot less. My Instagram was like deleted, so I just made one.
Yeah, this
months
is
ago.
becoming a real issue for people in this industry. Is that they'll either get hacked or deleted
Someone
or
tried to actually hack
flagged.
me yesterday. I literally have like 80 texts in a row. At, like,
No shit.
At like 9:37 p.m. Like, here's your new Twitter code. Here's your new Twitter code.
Oh, shit.
Like
So-
at
So
least
each
8.
time it gets almost hacked, then they send you a new code.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He knows more about like technology than me, so
Yeah.
he said that it was like somebody created a bot trying to hack me.
Okay.
Because it was like 12 different notifications within a span of like
Right.
30 seconds.
Interesting.
So it's like, how would they try to get that many notification codes? Like,
Right.
and I was like drunk, so I didn't even notice it until this morning, and I was like, oh no, this one's trying to hack
My
me.
Twitter's blowing up. Oh shit, I'm getting hacked.
Yeah, but I think we're all good.
That's funny. That's I mean, that's not funny. That's pretty terrible. Like, cause that's the thing. We try to cultivate a fan base, right? And then a lot of people in your industry are able to get to astronomical numbers, 1 million, 100,000, all these things, and then you get hacked at 1 million, and you're like, well, fucking, you can't find. It's like it's one thing when you lose your phone, you put it on Facebook, hey, send me your phone numbers. You lose 1 million followers on Twitter, you don't just get 1 million followers the next day.
No, my Instagram didn't even have that many. Because it was like my old personal one.
Yeah.
So not many people knew it was like Sydney Cole's, but so I didn't really care when that was deleted.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think like I don't know if I would cry if my Twitter gets deleted, but it's like very important.
Yeah.
Work wise. And
of
then
course.
To, like, start from zero, and I'm like at 115K. So when I got 100K, because
it's
like,
a big it's a big
lot of these
deal.
girls buy their followers, and you can
Sure.
tell with like the interactions or.
Right, if you retweet something and then other people retweet it, then you could tell, yeah.
But you'd be like, you're not that pretty. Why do you have like 200,000 followers?
I wonder why there's porn drama.
No, I'm a nice person. And then but then they'll get the Twitter deleted because the Twitter like
because it's fake.
Tell it's all bots, and then they'll be like, got my Twitter deleted at 200K. It's like probably like 28K plus your bots, but
you had 11 real followers.
Yeah.
Who are you fooling?
I mean, of course, everyone has bot followers too.
Yeah.
I mean, bots. Because just like you can tell.
Yeah. Even if you're not in control of it, right? So like I'm not paying for followers, but then every like so many days on Instagram or on Twitter, there's just this sort of like drop off of people because you don't have control over who follows you.
Yeah.
And there's just all of these automated setups.
Yeah.
This is cool. We don't have fantastic weather while we're here in Vegas. It's actually the next days are going to be crazy windy. Last night was crazy cold.
It was. It's supposed to be cold at night anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So I got in and I was sort of like I was in South Africa 2 days ago and then I was in Albany yesterday. So it's been like in Boston. So it's been a crazy couple days.
Busy.
So last night I just felt like I was like only like a mile from the airport. So I was like, I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna walk in Vegas at midnight to my Airbnb. And it was chill. I wasn't raped or murdered. I wasn't robbed.
That's good. No,
but I was frozen.
In Vegas, so be careful.
Yeah, it happens.
He literally got a gun like 2 weeks after that because he was so terrified of being robbed again.
Yeah, I think here's how I feel about things. If you get robbed on Monday, the chance that you're going to be robbed again on Tuesday is so low. Like you don't need to buy a gun on Tuesday.
That is true.
You can chill for a while.
Yeah.
The next time you're going to be robbed is especially if that's the first time you've ever been robbed.
Or
the next
don't walk around. I don't know.
It could be a solid 28 years before you get robbed again.
I've never been robbed. Knock on wood.
Knock on something, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I had some friends who had their house burned down and then they bought fire insurance and their rates were so low. I was like, your house burned down. Your house is never going to burn down again. You should have bought it. Now's not the time.
Because then you literally lose your house.
Yeah. There was an apartment. They like. It's not that it's any better.
Yeah.
But they could just.
Wait, an apartment you have to have insurance.
No, you can live in an apartment without insurance. I currently live in an apartment without insurance.
Well, that's 2 apartments. I'm paying insurance and property insurance.
Well, you might be in a different. You might be in a different boat. You live in a place with 2 pools. I don't live in a place with 2 pools. So you're probably in a different position than some of us. But no. You can get renter's insurance, and I live in New York City. You can get renter's insurance in New York City, and your place burns down, you get a little money back. But it's not a prerequisite. So yeah. So what else? Okay. So your sanity comes from your animals.
No, I wouldn't be like, I'm down to earth, but I think it's important to just always remove yourself from work / I guess especially if this is your job, just to not always be invested in. I mean, to invest yourself like career-wise, but I used to just like always be worried about it or thinking about it or stalking people on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm also not shooting as much. I'm shooting like a good amount, comfortable amount, which I think is better than like week after week after week.
Yeah, I heard this from Ariana Marie had said when she first came out of the gates, full sprint.
That's what they do.
Just film.
They don't know how much you can take. They don't know if you're gonna have a boyfriend that takes you out of the business.
Right.
So they literally just pack it all in.
And so she had basically what ended up being 3 years of content that she made in a year, and so she's been trying to taper off because she also understands that you have to almost make you have to make there's a supply and demand. So if you flood the market with yourself,
Yeah.
then there's nothing left for the demand.
Yeah.
It's like and slowing down and not doing as much content makes it so that every time there's a new Sydney Cole video, people are like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
I've been waiting so long for
I
this."
keep getting tweets like, "When's your next scene?
When's your next
I'm
scene?"
like,
Right.
I actually don't know.
Yeah. Well, and there's a beauty in being in creating a demand for the product and having people be really excited when it pops up.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So we got to get you a website rocking. We got to get you
Anal, I guess everyone's asking
anal.
for anal.
Yeah, again, it's the same thing. It's a dude thing. It's like we just want the thing that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We want the passed out, getting dragged around the apartment, and anal.
And then anal.
I like that those go hand in hand now. What do they call this unconscious? This is called unconscious
I don't.
genre?
I've never watched it.
I thought you said you filmed
I've
it.
done it. I
So what did they
filmed
call
it.
it? What did they call it?
I don't know. They didn't really call it anything. They were just like, you have to act dead or whatever.
Oh, they didn't even tell you. This is like
Well, because you were talking about Florida and like the.
yeah, the fetish market.
Yeah, and so it's like this group, and they literally, I think they do content / customs for people.
Yeah.
So I think these men emailed them saying,
I want
Sydney
Sydney
Cole
Cole
to be dragged around and like. them,
unconscious.
But there's nothing sexual. Like they don't even put
Yeah.
their dick on
To
me
you.
or touch me.
To you, yeah.
No, there's not even.
There's nothing sexual to your mind. I'm saying, but the
Oh.
male fucking brain.
Well, no, there's no sexual action going on.
Yeah.
but of
There's no
course they turn it-
penetration. Yeah.
It's literally just like they take your finger, like drop it, see if you
Yeah.
move, like literally.
Yeah.
Not even like touching the vagina or tits, just
Right.
literally like poking you, and like,
Yeah.
you just don't wake up. And
Yeah.
somehow you're like, oh yeah, she's not waking up.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
But
No,
it's not even a snuff film. So
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know why. But let's not alienate those people. But yeah, but that's the thing. You never know where these fetishes come from. It's just this idea. Again, it's the forbidden is the
No, I've definitely gotten
the
off
fruit.
to some weird shit.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
So
especially doing porn. I feel like the porn I have to watch to get off on. gets
Yeah,
more
well, that's
extreme
what
as
happens.
well.
Yeah, that's the interesting progression of life. Is that once you start getting older, the things that you thought you were attracted to now change drastically.
Yeah.
And so you'll be 40, and you're like, and the things you have to get involved in.
God, I don't want to be 40.
That's what I mean. Well, you got a while. You're fine. But like, you know what I mean? It's like we always wondered how like R. Kelly peed on that girl, and you go, well, look, he experienced too much sex as a superstar for so long that he was like, I don't feel anything anymore. I need to pee on
I
someone.
need to be on a 15-year-old.
I need to pee on some. Yeah, well, I try to defend him that the 15
know?
that the 15-year-old he knew he
Wanted
was
to
gonna
get peed
pee
on?
on. No, that he knew he was gonna pee on her, but that he didn't know she was 15. I can't handle both happening at the same time.
I knew about this, but what
Yeah.
was her reaction to him peeing?
I think she was chill. She was like okay with it.
I just got pissed on.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think she enjoyed it because he peed on her more than once.
How do you know this?
Because the video was public, and Dave Chappelle did a whole thing. He did a whole thing about how he peed on her,
I just watched that.
peed on her, came. He did the yeah. Yeah, it's a talented man. Let's just leave it at that. I believe I can fly and pee and come on girls at the same time. It's quite the skill set. I need to reroute all of my fluids. Look, I'm not a professional. I need to, you know what I mean? If I have to pee and it's separate processes. For R. Kelly, it's one process.
I had a custom. I had to do that, but we did it in two parts. Like it was
Yeah.
like wanted a blowjob, jerk off, or like blowjob, cum shot,
Yeah.
and piss in the mouth.
Yeah.
So I had to like separate it.
You had to separate it or he had to separate it?
The guy had to separate it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yeah, because he couldn't do it. And then
Yeah.
like, literally it was his first time peeing on anyone, so he
Right.
was like holding the camera, trying not to laugh.
Oh, it's so
like
funny.
as I'm like pretending to enjoy it. Like,
And he's you're both trying to be dead serious. You're like, listen,
right,
the
and we're
world
both
needs
like,
this
is
content.
so bad. Like, but the guy paid a good amount.
Sure.
Fetish pays.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at.
That's the understand. Yeah, because it's become it's such a specific market that you know where it's going, you know what the value of it is, and it becomes the rarity of it becomes valuable. So that's cool. I wonder if comedy ever gets to that market where Dave Chappelle gets an email and has to make a video about something and then he mails it out. I guess that's pretty much what we have when you play a private party. Is that's our equivalent of fetish porn.
I guess
As
that
Dave
makes
Chappelle
sense.
comes to your millionaire party and then plays your house.
How much would you be if I wanted to hire you?
Off camera, well, we can talk price. That's the problem in any industry, right? You say a price and people go, oh, I would pay that, and then you're like, oh, I fucking should ask for more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I'll always start higher then.
This is what was interesting about comedy was that as a comedian, the love is so great for performing that we know in our hearts that we'll do it for free. So any amount of money that anybody paid us the first time, we were like, "Are you sure you were going to give me this money? Like I would do this for free."
Yeah.
So then every year it becomes this this extra step where you're like, "Fuck, I'm like literally doing what I love," and it's fantastic.
Awesome,
Yeah. So okay, so. Animal. So where would you draw the line? This is a real threshold for people once they start getting into the cat game.
Mm-hmm.
How many cats is too many cats? And when will you decide that this is like how do you cut the line off?
I mean, I don't think I can handle any more cats right now.
Yeah.
I've never owned more than one cat at a
Okay.
time. Or
So
I had two when I was really young, and
yeah.
I had one in high school, and then I started fostering. So
Yes.
I would get like 3-4 kittens.
This
at
is
a time.
this is a fucking game.
And that was the awesome.
This is a
part,
mind fuck.
just having the kittens. So I had my cat, and then I had like 3 or
Yeah.
4 kittens at a time.
And
you
you
give them away.
And you were able to give, and you could handle giving them back.
Yeah, there's this one that I still kind of regret
Yeah.
not keeping.
This is the game. They that's how they get you.
So, but no, I think it's awesome, and I was pretty good at fostering, so they were really well socialized
Yeah.
and stuff. The only problem right now is my male cat isn't neutered and my female cat isn't spayed.
Okay.
But she's only like 3 months. So
Yeah.
we're not gonna get pregnant. But like I don't know, I'm kind of almost like, ooh, can she accidentally get pregnant?
Right,
so
right,
that
right.
I could like have these.
Oh, you
kitties?
want the kittens? Yeah.
I wouldn't keep them.
Yeah.
Like I could not handle a
Yeah.
litter of kittens, 2
Although,
cats, and 2 dogs.
it sounds
unless I
like-
move to a farm.
Right. It does sound like you figured it out though, because every creature is its cutest when it's a baby. So to have kittens as fosters and then give them
Yeah.
away once they start being annoying is actually kind of like when they become like an adult cat. Is actually kind of the way to do it.
So I'm hoping my kitten will stay kittyish forever. She's
Yeah.
sweet. So my first cat's a Bengal, so he's like part wild.
Yeah.
So he's very elusive now.
Okay.
He's just kind of like doing his own thing.
Yeah. He's trying to escape and he's doing
Yeah, exactly. Literally every day. Like I
Yeah.
think he smells another bitch in heat because he's like just standing at the window
Okay.
going, wow.
Oh, he's ready. Well, now he knows that there's something else out there.
Yeah, I think. As
He didn't know before.
I
He had an
Googled-
idea before, but now
literally
he
sits at the window
knows.
like a meerkat.
Yeah.
Like I googled that like they can smell like from miles.
Sure.
Like, so
Yeah.
I think there's another like cat in my building, and he.
And he's trying to get that
Yeah,
puss.
at first, he was literally trying to rape my kitty, who was like
Yeah.
this big, and he was
Yeah.
like this big, and like it was so sad. But he like bit her by the scruff and then like
No
mounts
shit.
her.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like humping or anything.
I've
but
never witnessed a cat hump. I don't even know what that would
It's
look like.
apparently cat sex is very painful because they have barbed penises.
Right. I just
So
this is crazy. Actually, I just witnessed lion sex in South Africa.
Ooh.
And it's a 30-second process. But it's that same fact is that there's it's a
The
barb.
barbed.
Yeah.
So they're like,
So yeah, you can't like you can't like remove.
yeah, and it's not romantic. It's
No, not at all.
a big fight.
He wakes up, does this thing, and then just like basically goes back to sleep. It's quite
Oh, I love lions.
romantic is not the it's not the thing. Yeah, I learned so many interesting lion facts about the mating when I was at this thing.
You're on like a safari.
What's crazy? Yeah. I went to a place called Lion Park in Johannesburg, and what's interesting is a lot of it makes a lot of sense on how even humans. When you actually pay attention to the animal kingdom, you realize they figured shit out that we're still like pretending like
That's
isn't true.
I mean, we are animals.
We're animals. There's a bunch of female lions, bunch of male lions, and they just let all the male lions hit when they're in heat, and they don't argue. And then they have the litter, and they don't tell which one's the dad, so that they all protect the litter. And there's no jealousy. It's
They
like,
can't smell their own.
well, there's like this like unwritten rule, and the thing is that like if the other lions found out that it wasn't their children, then the male lions would eat the babies. So it's kind of a game for everybody to not go, well, these are mine. These are ours.
Yeah.
But if we could get to that point as humans, I think we'd all be better off. Just
I
7
like
people in
eating
a
babies.
house.
What are you talking
No,
about?
7 people in a house. We all just fuck, and then you don't ask whose baby it is. We're just a big you know what I mean?
Oh God, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm at the level. I'm 35 where I think I've dissolved all my concepts of monogamy. I don't
It's like
think it's
that
a
movie.
reality.
I mean that book, like that little bird. He goes like walking around. He's like, "Are you my mother?" He goes up to like a tractor. Are you my mother?
Oh, I don't know this book.
No, it's like a child's book. I don't know.
We're not talking about the ugly duckling, are we?
No, it's this bird. He falls out of his nest. He
Okay.
doesn't know who his mom
Oh,
is.
and he can't figure it
so
out.
he goes up to every single animal.
Yeah.
And he goes up to a tractor. He's like, "Are you my mother?"
And
That's when I just-
did anyone try to take him on?
no, but I think he's found his mother.
He found his mother. That's the end of the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
Forrest, happy ending.
That's
Kid
not.
book.
That's not that happy. It's not that heavy.
You're right. I would have rather ran away. Never
He
found
should
my
have.
mother.
He should have gone into the wild and become a stronger bird
Or
for.
a tractor.
Yes, I guess he could have lived his whole life as a tractor. That would be a much different story. That's true.
They have that I saw that's like My Strange Addiction.
Yes.
It's like my husband is this circus ride.
He's a what?
A circus ride. She
He-
bought like this old circus ride, like a, and was
Oh,
like,
I
"This is
thought
my
I thought
husband."
the guy thought he was a circus ride. No.
No.
She married a circus ride.
I mean, I don't think you can legally marry a circus ride, but
Yeah.
she like
I still find it interesting that there's a legality to marriage anyway. It's like this guy Drew Michael, very funny comedian. He's got this bit about he's like I just don't understand how when you feel like you found the person that you should be with for the rest of your life and you're in love and you're obsessed and you want to do this thing that you go talk to the same people that run the DMV. So there's just something interesting about this legal notion. But so she marries like a what is it, like a carousel horse? Like what's the
Yeah, that was basically it. And then she was like, because my last relationship with this big rig truck wasn't working out.
Oh, this is a whole thing, yeah.
So, I mean, but the show seems so fake.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends, right? So it's still television, right?
But it seems so staged.
I did see the one where it seems like the guy fucks his car. Well, so it is.
Actually?
So it is staged, right? So it's like you because the thing is you're talking to not normal sane people usually.
Yeah.
So then you have two choices. You have to either like as a producer, talk to them and go, look, this is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're going to say. Well, the thing that you said, you just re-say that. That's great. And they write it down. They put it on cards. So that because this person who's eating couch cushions
That's it. I was going to refer to that one,
he
too.
is not like a person that you should normally speak to. So they have to like, they do. They
Why
have,
would you ever admit to eating couch cushions in the first place?
well, because they've convinced you that you're going to be famous now. Right? It's
Crazy
this
bitch that eats couch
my
cushions.
15 minutes of fame situation.
Everyone does want their 15 minutes.
Do you have a thing? Do you have a weird thing that you do that nobody else does? And I'm not saying you do eat couch cushions, but
No, I don't think no one else does this because I was talking to my friend. She said her mom does it too. When we're bored, I like pluck my leg hair.
interesting. What's the thing like with your?
Because I'm not
With
a very
your nails?
No, with tweezers. I'm not a very hairy person.
Oh.
So I like really only grow hair on my shins.
Okay.
And then they're sometimes a little bit darker and they're like coarser.
So you don't
But I'm not-
shave.
No, I do shave.
You do shave.
I do shave.
But then every once in a while you see one.
But because I don't really have that much hair, I don't shave that much.
Yeah.
And so when I'm bored, I'll be like, oh, there's like 20. So I'll just.
Yeah.
It's a lot smoother. And
Yeah.
I don't have to shave those for at least, like 3 weeks because I guess it's technically like waxing.
Because you got the 12. Because you got the 12 black hairs.
Exactly.
So that's a weird thing. I know people that were pulling out their like on stress, pulling out their eyebrows, and then after a while, apparently eyebrows stopped growing back.
That'd be bad. No,
Well,
I
they had
used to
they had to get them
over.
tattooed back on.
Shit, I used to over tweeze them when I was like very young.
Oh, we all did
I
that.
thought that was the look. Like,
Oh yeah.
fucking space in between.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
face,
you're
but-
right. The gap was like humongous, and it got real thin. Yeah, yeah. We see that walking around still. Luckily, well, they've gone the other way. Now it's like have big, crazy
Yeah.
eyebrows.
And I was like, don't even tweeze them.
Yeah.
Just let 'em go.
Hair's back.
Hair? Oh.
Hair in general, hair back as well. And especially speaking in porn, having a bush is important
That
now.
is true. That reminded me, I need to shave my armpits.
Well, listen, somebody had to remind you to shave your armpits. This is my job sometimes. Well, listen, this is the Porn Stars of People podcast. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play. Wherever you found us, we're on the other thing. Do you want to plug your stuff? Get some followers? Tell them where to find you?
Sure. My Instagram is the Sydney Cole. That is the only one. I have some imposters out there. And then my Twitter is Sydney Cole XXX.
Cool. We'll follow her on any given day. She may be getting hacked on Twitter.
I have OnlyFans as well. There is some anal content on there.
Oh, shit.
That is where I got most of my money.
So there you go. And then there's a video coming out. There's an unconscious video coming out soon.
It's old. But I'll do that. If you want to order one, I will be unconscious for you.
So check all those out. We have some fun content today from YouTube as well. Please continue to listen to the podcast we release every week on Sunday. Thank you for listening. Thank you to my guest one more time, Sydney Cole. Thank you for being here.
Having me.